I remember the invitation landing in my mailbox like a cruel reminder. Class of 2015 to 10-year reunion. I stared at the printed letters, the glossy photo of our old high school laughing faces staring back at me. They knew I'd never been the popular one, the one who danced at every party or walked the halls with admirers. I was the quiet one, the class loser, as some cruel whispers had labeled me back then. And now, 10 years later, they were inviting me, probably to mock me. I almost crumpled the invitation and tossed it into the trash. But something in me, a spark I didn't know I still had, made me pause. Maybe it was pride. Maybe it was a part of me that refused to let those old shadows define my life forever. I called my assistant and said simply, "Book me a helicopter for Saturday evening." By the time the night arrived, I had rehearsed every possible reaction in my mind. I imagined whispers, laughs, even faces turning red with disbelief. The old gym smelled the same, draped with faded banners and dim lights. I could hear the chatter. The jokes started even before I entered. My stomach twisted, but I held my head high. The doors opened, and a helicopter thumped down onto the small landing pad the school had set up behind the gym. People stopped mid-laugh, forks suspended halfway to their mouths. Eyes widened, mouths dropped. Phones emerged as they struggled to comprehend the audacity of my entrance. I stepped out, the snow crunching beneath my polished boots. My long coat fluttered with the rotor's wind, my smile steady but confident. I didn't shout. I didn't gloat. I simply walked in as if I belonged there more than anyone else. Because in truth, I did. The whisper started softly, then spread like wildfire. "Is that her?" someone asked. "By helicopter?" Another shook their head in disbelief. I caught the glance of the girl who had once called me a weird freak in the cafeteria. She blanched. I gave her a polite nod. No words, just calm composure. I didn't come to humiliate anyone, though. I came to show that kindness and perseverance always outweigh cruelty. I moved through the room, shaking hands, hugging a few teachers, and even offering a quiet smile to a former classmate who had been genuinely kind to me back then. A few people tried to make jokes, attempting to pierce my armor, but something unexpected happened. Instead of reacting with anger, I laughed softly. "I guess we all have our paths," I said. "Some of us just take a bit more scenic route." Eyes widened again. There was disbelief, yes, but also admiration. People who had once been cruel realized that their words had failed to destroy me. They had only delayed the moment I would shine in my own way. Halfway through the evening, I noticed a familiar figure hovering in the corner. It was the same girl who had organized the cruel group back in high school. Her face was pale, and she looked nervous, almost ashamed. I approached her. "I never understood why you all thought mocking me was fun." I said gently, "It must have taken a lot of courage to face the people you hurt tonight. That's something I respect." She blinked, caught off guard, her eyes misty. I didn't expect this," she whispered. I'm sorry." I nodded, offering a small, forgiving smile. "You're learning that kindness often matters more than laughter at someone else's expense." And in that moment, I realized the reunion had transformed, from a stage of mockery to a room where humility and reflection had found their place. By the end of the night, the whispers were replaced by conversations. Former classmates came to ask how I had built my life, what I had accomplished. Some were genuinely curious, some still awkward, but all treated me with respect. As I boarded the helicopter to leave, the school fading beneath me, I felt a surge of warmth and clarity. The same people who once tried to dim my light had inadvertently highlighted it. I wasn't the same timid girl from 10 years ago. I was stronger, wiser, and kind-hearted in a way that left an impression far deeper than their laughter ever could. Looking down at the tiny figures waving from below, I realized the most powerful statement isn't made through revenge or cruelty. It's made through resilience, compassion, and success that shines quietly yet brilliantly. The moral hit me fully as we rose into the night sky. Life doesn't require you to repay cruelty with cruelty. True victory comes when you let kindness, perseverance, and self-respect speak for you, leaving the rest to karma. And as the city lights shimmered below, I knew I had truly arrived. not by helicopter, not by showing off, but by living a life that my past tormentors couldn't touch. And that in itself was the sweetest revenge.